How's it looking on the stream for everyone? Might have to fix this. There we go. Oh, it's got orientation lock. One moment. Okay, there we go. Oh, maybe not. Seems like the orientation lock crap is gonna be annoying, so we'll just turn it back how I normally have it. If anyone who's a little tech savvy and knows how to fix orientation lock, please let me know. Wait for some people to get in here. Welcome anyone. Looks like Behavior was in here. King Campy was earlier waiting. Wait for some people. It's just good lighting. Yeah, I think I'll grab the lamp while we're at it. Won't hurt to do so. Welcome, welcome everyone. There we go. Need to get a ring light that is more mobile for streaming, but nonetheless, welcome, welcome anyone who's tuning in for some roach feeding. We got some cool stuff to feed up, and I'll show off some cool stuff once we get going. I do wish orientation. There we go. Oh, there's someone. Oh shit, it's time. I got a cat that's fluffy. Welcome. Good afternoon. What's up, Herplink? Another person popping in. I never know with YouTube because sometimes it says I have 3,000 viewers, sometimes it says I have 30. Your volume is doubling. Hold up. Let me check the computer, make sure everything sounds right. Oh, it's Fire NATO. Okay, what's up? Yeah, it might be something on your end. On my end, it's fine. And whoever just responded to that Herplink says it's fine. What's up, everyone? So we're doing some roach feedings. We've got my giant, actually not giant, used to be a lot larger. I'm having to downsize. What's up, Behavior? But yeah, we're just gonna be feeding some stuff, having a chill little day. I did feed some stuff, but I'll go through it again and check it out since there's some neat stuff. I mean, nonetheless, let's just get with it. And I know in the past streams, for anyone who has attended, like Behavior, Diana, TJ, and stuff, let me know how the stream turns out and stuff because we're having issues that were really annoying with the stream ending early. So, but I think I finally got that under control. So hopefully, but anyways, since Behavior is here right now, he wanted to see my what is it, Palmetto Silpha enclosures. This is what I just threw together. I think this is the first time they've ever been kept in the hobby. These are just little tiny nymphs, but I just have like a good inch of just my topsoil mix or whatever, with a little bit of mycelium and leaf litter mixed together, and then I have a deli cup lid in there currently with some food on it, and I just have it both. This is the Minati. I think it's the Corkiana, however you say it. Corkia. It's a weird Latin name. And then here's the other one. This is the other one that's unidentified currently. Of course, Alan made it slightly confusing for all of us, so that's lovely. Welcome anyone who's popping in. Oh, and the cat wants in. Come on in, buddy. Oh, we got another creature who has showed up. The cat. He likes looking at roaches with me. Oh yes, I can show those off really quick. Yes. You know, I'll whip out both of the Aspeducuses because I still owe my viewers that. So here is Aspeducus Borinquin Manati. This is my only adult that I was given, but absolutely stunner. They're like subadult blabbers, so not gigantic, but they're definitely a large roach that's not your typical one. So I keep them rather simple. They're very easy so far. I just have them with substrate, some mycelium and leaf litter that they've eaten. And then I'm talking a lot. Right here we have Aspeducus CF cavernicola from Rio Grande. Yeah, these ones I have right here are tiny nymphs, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't have any adults in here, so it's not even worth showing, but the Manati are beautiful. Or Borinquin, however you want to word it. Let me check here. Do you have a snake? Yes. I have two Cinnalone milk snakes, pure locality from Casala. Here's the first bin we're gonna take a look. Let me get this all situated here. There we go. How does that look, everyone? Can you guys see it pretty good? I did used to have some isopods and stuff. We might see a few here and there in some enclosures. But for the most part, I've moved on from isopods. For me, they're pretty annoying, so I don't like dealing with them. This is a new species I just got in the other day from Alan. This is Blabris giganteus from MSU, from my own state. So that's pretty neat. No adults yet, just mini nymphs for now. Yeah, if you guys want to see the snakes later on, I can pull them out too, because I don't think I've showed those on stream. I haven't streamed in quite a few months, so I wouldn't mind doing that. If there's enough interest. No, I said MSU. MSU. Michigan State University. No, now, well, I got bug stuff to get through, man. I'm sorry. I have stuff to get done on my end. My apologies. There. Right here we have, this is a species I got from Hidger a while ago. Or Metacastremosa. Very pretty. The males are throwing out some interesting fully black pronotum, so once I see it pop up on a female, I'm gonna isolate. Hopefully. But beautiful species, glad to have them breeding. I'm trying to get them more established around. The Hidger has a nice colony going, I believe. If anyone who's watching has any questions, just drop it down below. Down for most conversations. What are those yellow pellets? If you're talking about this stuff, that is my spent mycelium black. I got the idea from Kyle, and it seems to work pretty good. I'm looking to buy some of those. Yeah, I might have some available. Somebody just got some from me, so it might be a minute because I'm trying to bulk out my colony a bit. But I'm sure the Hittager might have some available for trade or sale. You'd have to talk to him. But the key with them seems to be drier substrate, but good moisture here and there. Do you have a tarantula? I do not have any tarantulas, unfortunately. Not a huge interest of mine, and parents won't let me. So, if I did, I would get Goliath bird eaters, if anything. I already did the care for these yesterday, but these are my Paris punctatus, and they're finally breeding for me. You can see a little babies in there, so that's lovely. And then right here we have the other Hormetica species currently in the hobby besides Parahormetica. This is species Boyacha, Colombia. I haven't bred these yet. These are just some adults I have. Although I think the okay, actually they did breed for me. Okay, so that's nice. My singular pair did, which I was not expecting, to be honest. Yeah, I threw some isopods in here, but they didn't seem to do so well. You can see their dead exoskeletons. Do you ever build a dragon? I think that was a typo, but if it's asking me if I have a bearded dragon, I do not. And I don't build dragons, that's for certain. Let me put all these back real quick. Do have some. Wasn't gonna show off Eucharidia since I'm trying to leave them be, but I will show off the one millipede species. I wouldn't say 3 locales. I would say 2 species and then Parahermetica. Locales are just talking about the locality, and all 3 have locality information. So, but there's Hermetica stromosa from Owano, Ecuador. Hermetica species from Boyacha, Colombia, and then Parahermetica bilobata. But those are barely around yet. This is the only millipede species I plan to keep after getting rid of a lot of my stuff. These are the flame leg millipedes. They're just awesome. Still juveniles, but their colors are already starting to come in. You can see from the side. I already fed these yesterday with some dog food, so we'll just put them off to the side as well. And then right here we have some Lupi Hermetica subcincta, which I'm rehoming for now. I love the Lupi Hermeticas, but the only one that has really spiked an interest for me is Graciae. And even those, I don't know. No, all the peds are, everyone jumped on those instant, but they're gone. I'm gonna be sending those out with everyone's packages, I think, Monday. So I put those up for really cheap, so people were quick to strike me with millipede purchases. Crickets, I don't keep any crickets. I use them for feeders though, sometimes. For my White's tree frogs. Oh, I do have the lubber grasshoppers, but those aren't crickets technically. Right here we have some Blabberus discoidalis. Another lovely line of discoidalis. I love these. These are also being sent off. Most of the stuff you'll see today is being sent off, so it's their goodbye husbandry, I suppose. I don't even have trillions. This was just a starter colony. I am keeping my Blabberus Colossus colonies because those have become increasingly rare. And they're not as big as you'd expect for being a colossal roach. At least in my setup, they're not turning out that big. Let me check the stream real quick. All right, nothing yet. Yeah, these are doing good. They're maturing and stuff, so hopefully I have some babies from these soon. Oh yeah, you're the dude from Facebook who just got some. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for freeing up some space and stuff for me with getting the poly bag up. Those are actually yours are right there and right here, but I already took care of them yesterday. Almost everything has been claimed except most of the grain pests and isopods. I think all the roaches are claimed now that I think about it. Yeah. I'd have to double check, but pretty much everything except grain pest and isopods. So if isopods don't go, they're just going to be tossed in as cleanup crew for other things. This is another Blabberus Colossus. This is the Ecuador line, the one that's kind of less yellow. Love the nymphs on these; they're very bold. My cat's checking out the lovers right now. And we'll show the lovers too, because I do have to give them a meal. They already crushed their lettuce from yesterday. For anyone who is interested in Eastern lovers, they eat like daily. FYI. They eat so much food, it's ridiculous. You pretty much No, I'm not starting over my collection at all. I'm just downsizing and getting rid of the common stuff. So anything that's more expensive, so like emeralds, the rhino roaches, etc. I'm keeping all of that stuff in particular localities I like. Just the bulk of it's common stuff that I've been using to sell and stuff to make extra cash on the side. So it's time that I just move on with those. I mean, even just for the rhino roach alone, I spent like $350 on a female, so it's not something I would give up like that. Because when I was up around 160-ish species, I had to cut down from there, and I'm cutting down a little bit from there too. So I'm pretty much going to be keeping around 40 to 50 stuff. 30 of those species are roach and whatnot, and then some other knickknack stuff that I enjoy. And I'm not moving far, I'm just probably moving cities and stuff. But still a hassle with all these bugs and whatnot. Right here we have. This is a colony that still needs to be sold, but they're all adults, so I can't really ship these. There's only a few nymphs. This is Blabberus species Fusca in quotations. I really like these two. If these honestly don't sell, I might keep these too. They're really fun. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, so they're like a darker Blabberus. They got some nice golden wings to them. Super easy. I just have them in a 20 quart. You could probably keep them in like a 32 quart better. I just don't have room. Well, we're already almost through the first rack, which isn't too bad. Right here, I haven't really decided if I want to keep these because I only kept a few of them. But these are my Archimandrita. Yeah, it is a huge drop. This is my Archimandrita CF Marauda, the old peppered roaches. I think I'm gonna keep them though because I won't be able to get my hands on the new species for a while, considering what I've been told. So might as well enjoy these. But yeah, back to what Behidger said. It's a huge drop. I hate having to do it, but I'd rather focus my time and energy into the rare stuff and stuff that I like a lot. I'm probably keeping all my Uricotis. I love them too much. I want to hoard them all. But Hidger, how many species are you at? I thought you were at like 100 something. I don't remember. You're getting up there though. Okay. Grab a sip of some water. All right, on to the next bin. Right here we have Princessia Vein Werebekii Tiger. This is a pretty neat line of these. Kyle thinks they're hybrids, that which could be argued. I mean, they have a weird size ratio on them, but they're very pretty. Yeah, 60 or 70 is pretty manageable for the most part, so I'm probably gonna end up sticking around there because I'm sure within the next year some new stuff will pop up. Like Archibald, hopefully those would be nice. I could see Roach making an entrance into the hobby next year from TJ if he gets his producing well. Ooh, big Roach time. We are, in fact, to big Roach time here for a minute. Got some hissers. Right here we have Elliptorina lavigata. These I'm not keeping. I love all my hissers, but this is more of a health side of things, so I'm only keeping my Gromphridorina oblongata. But if you guys haven't kept these, I highly recommend it. They're beautiful, beautiful hissers in person. Is that focusing well? Let me know. It's being a little iffy. There, I think that's good. Yeah, just let me know if that's blurry or anything, anyone. I can fix that. No, I'm keeping the Elliptorina davidi too. Those are put in a smaller bin for now, though, to be honest. So yeah, only the E davidi. Oh, and Javonica. Okay, I have so much crap that I'm forgetting. So I'm keeping Gromphridorina oblongata, Elliptorina javonica, which is my first ever roach, and then E davidi. All my other histers though they're heading out. Dang, we already need the charger for my stupid phone. Let me plug this in real quick, everyone. One moment. There we go. Hopefully this doesn't cause an issue. Holding my phone. Because now I have to use a magnetic charger since my port stopped working for whatever reason. Okay, yeah, that works. There we go. Right here we have, these were from Behidger too, but hold up, there we go. Can everyone see good, or is it blurry? The stupid thing at the bottom's like, there we go. This is Gromphidorina portentosa from Asola. I bred these pretty well in my time of having them, but getting passed on to someone who likes hissers more. So I'm sure they'll take great care. Yeah, it seems a little blurry. Let me try this. There, is that better? Does that work for everyone? It looks a lot cleaner. And we'll move the light better. There. Oh, and there's some Dipterum hanstromia, which cohabit beautifully with them. Put in some more dog food. Yeah, I'd love to keep everything. I love having tons of different stuff. But it is what it is. And then right here we have Elliptorina davidi. I set them up in this new setup, hoping that would hopefully help. Looks like one molted. Yeah, I think there's like 6 of them in here, so hopefully they pull through, but I don't know. I'm probably just gonna get more in the future. They're definitely finicky for me. So I try to keep them a bit more humid because when I was keeping them bone dry, I was getting nothing out of them. I was having die-offs and I don't know. Pity roaches. But this is why I want to focus on the rare stuff so that I can put more effort into stuff like that. So then I don't have to worry about the common stuff taking up my time. Yeah, they're definitely finicky for some people. I think they're doing good for Behidger. They were breeding good. Right here we have Gromphidorina oblongata. I just took that photo yesterday of this giant male. I mean, look at him. He's a giant. He's bigger than my Macropanessia male. Have you tried a water bowl? No, for 2 main reasons. First of all, if you won't interrupt, water bowls, like I've brought up before, they promote bad bacteria and stuff growing in the water because it's not running water. So that's not good to begin with. I don't want that in my setups and whatnot. 2, roaches get most, like I think it's like 90% or whatever the study was, of their water from their food sources and like water droplets that they drink. And you'll see in most of this, when I spray down the colonies, they'll drink off the sides and where it pools up. So, and I have never once in my entire time of roach keeping used a water bowl. Never. It's a waste. You don't need it. That's my opinion. Others can feel differently, but that's what's worked for me. Right here we have Elliptorina javanica, which are doing wonderful for me. They're in lower numbers right now since I culled a bit, but now that we're going into summer, these guys will be booming very shortly. And there's some little Kenyans in their food dish, which also cohab very nicely in here. Oh, and some Ford flies, so that's lovely. Can never get rid of Ford flies once you got them. They're your best friend until the end. And these also have some mealworms in here and stuff, so not the most productive my colony has been, but normally once the heat wave of summer hits, then they start going rapid. Yeah, and if you do that, that keeps the water fresh, but like once again, it's kind of pointless to have a water bowl when you could just spray. Because I think you spray too, right? Yeah, people have said that my stock is pretty colorful. So I don't know. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and that's why I'm keeping that line until I die. Okay, well, we're done with the first rack, so now we're gonna scooch everything downward and hit up the other rack. I don't know if the light will be able to fit over here, but we'll have to see. Alright, yep, we should be okay. Yeah, Ford flies are miserable. I didn't have them for the longest time. And then over the summer into August, Kyle sent me a wonderful box with some Ford flies in it with the roaches. I was like, oh, wonderful. So now they're stuck in my collection. Sticky tape traps do help a little bit. At least for me, because I don't have them like majorly. So that's what I've been doing. Right here we have a fan favorite. If I can get this all set up over here, it's all cluttered. Right here we have Macropanacea. Come on, focus. We got my subadult female, Priscilla, and then my mature male, Chad. He's hissing at me a little bit. Yeah, so they have a little burrow, and they kind of just sit under there and eat foods and stuff. And I also stopped feeding protein, because according to that one guy on Discord, I always forget his name. Priscilla! Yes, it is how you spell it, Avery. Looks like a Chad for sure. Yep. Yeah, so I just give them oak leaves, rotting wood, and then yeah, the alpha cock dude. Yep. That's his name. He was saying that he doesn't feed protein at all, and which makes sense in the wild. They're not going to have dog food just growing on trees. So, they eat primarily leaves in their natural habitat. So, I just have decayed oak leaves in here, and they're further decaying as time goes on. But apparently the protein makes it more difficult for them to breed or something like that. This is my feeder colony I'm working on for my dad. This is Laptica dubia amber. The amber strain of dubia is made by John Frost on the Roach forum a while back. So trying to bulk these out and then handing them over to him once he's ready for some roaches. And this line for some reason likes it particularly moist. So keep that in mind if you guys get your hands on these. This is another common species that I'm keeping. This is what you call it? Eulabra species ivory. That looks like a one that failed to molt properly. But these guys are they're large, they're pretty, they're nice, so I'm keeping them. They're fun roaches, so. And I need some sort of feeders to keep. Yeah, I did see that as well, so. For now, I have them off protein, and I'm just feeding them the leaf litter and apples because I still give them fresh fruit because I'm sure they find that in a while. But yeah, it does seem like it's more of an experiment than a confirmed like thing. So it's not like not feeding them protein is gonna hurt them though. At least in my opinion. Right here we have a cool species. We have Schizopilia physicalis from Mytaraca French Guiana. All of my nymphs are getting very large, and I have one adult. Oh, well, they're all going running now, but very pretty species from or near Australia. I forget where French Guiana is. They get pretty large too for a bark roach species. They're very nice. And so far, not too difficult. I think Bahidger just got his first set of babies not too long ago, which is very nice. Hopefully I get some more adults soon before this adult passes, and that would be annoying, but I think I'm on the right path to getting these to breed for me. Just time and patience now. Right here is Eublabrus mirajahara with a ongoing project with another Gromphidorina line that I'm trying to prove out. So, this is from the invert shop stocks of Gromphidorina oblongata. I still think they're hybrids now too, after this popped up in my colony. But Alan, the one who actually has a PhD or whatever, thinks that it's just some weird variation. So it's in Latin America. Okay, interesting. I thought it was closer to Australia for some reason. I was thinking Lanxoblata, that's why. And Neolaxta. Got them mixed up a little bit. The Eublabrus in here, they go running every time and they're not mature, so not much to see from them. But can't wait to see adult Mirajahara in person. Mirajahara, however you say it. And right here we got some more bark roaches. We got 40 peruana that finally got described this past year. I just got my first two adults. Absolutely beautiful. I personally like the Schizopilia a lot more than these, but still very awesome species. I keep their substrates relatively dry, as you can see, but they get these nice waterings and then misting sometimes twice a week. And then I've also just been taking their food and wedging it up here, and they come out and eat from the bark. Yeah, TJ might have some available eventually, but I promise myself before I offer any bark roaches, I want them to get up in numbers like majorly. So I won't have them available for like years probably. As sad as that sounds, I want to make sure that they're in the hobby for good and my collection. So right here we have Simondoa conservarium. They're doing pretty nice for me. Also got some little beetles in here, buffalo beetles. These are pretty nice. I still don't get why people sell these for almost $100 US. They're super easy to breed, super easy. Yeah, and it seems like with bark roaches, it's not even the fact that they're difficult. It's just keeping up with their care needs. So like keeping stuff clean, keeping flat bark and stuff. Um, stuff like that. It's the same way with Rhabdomyine, epilamprinae and stuff, and epilampra. Because Alan used to keep them too, and he had tons. Um, but he lost his due to not taking care of them all the time and whatnot. So I think all the flat bark roaches that we currently have besides Neolaxter are gonna stay in the hobby. A lot of people have schizopilia now. Me, TJ, Kyle, Smugbug, and probably a handful of others. So right here we have Dorale arini, orange zebra roach with some armadillo orange crush. I got some of these from Behidager, but they didn't do too hot. So I recently got a big booster from Kyle in his auction. 100 USD is crazy. Yeah, it really is. I sell mine for 50. I think that's more reasonable since they're extinct in the wild and whatnot. These guys don't get a whole lot of food. Toss one back there though for the nips. Here's another species that this one I'm actually really sad to let go. My Leptorina chapardi. They're a really neat little species of hisser. I love their colors. I'll probably end up getting them again in the future, just not at the moment. Yeah, well, TJ's is reasonable. I wouldn't take that from Kyle because he told me the story of how he set them up. That man's crazy, okay? He got his in the mail from TJ and let them sit in a deli cup for like 3 weeks, he said. So anything that happens to Kyle's, that's on him. 100% on him. He is a madman. But yeah, TJ's does seem like it's crashed. Trying to think. Smugbug hasn't posted anything. I wouldn't be surprised if she killed hers. We'll keep it between us here. Give them some apple. Oh, wait, do I have the food dish in here? No, I think I took it out. Yeah, so they're here. Even if it's just a few hands, they're here. And I hope they're here to stay. But 40 Oaka are here for sure. Hopefully 40 Oaka, the new one that TJ got. I know he got babies. I think he got babies again. Right here we have a big bin. I'll have to move the phone to show these ones. This is Blabrus giganteus, PA University, whatever people want to call them now. Open, they're all hiding, so that's wonderful. Here's some. They're pretty big. I think I'm gonna keep this colony too, because I didn't know that they were one of the larger strains in the hobby right now. Because oh, there goes the tripod. Let me see if I can show off this female. I know TJ had them. I don't know what happened though. He was selling some for a bit. I was gonna buy some, but I was pretty hesitant with how difficult those flat barks are. But yeah, if you see them pop up for sale, Behidager, I would go for it. Because those seem pretty rare in culture to begin with, so we need them to stick around. But at least Peruana is here to stay. I'm hoping the Alexa is. I was supposed to get some sent to me, but that didn't go through apparently. So I don't know. I think sending them to TJ was the right move anyway to get them going, since I think he just got some babies. Might have to refill the mister here soon. It looks like we have 11 people in here, but only a few of them are chatting, so I'm guessing my thingy is wrong again. Dang YouTube. Those are Peruana. They used to be unidentified in the hobby, but then they got described or identified. So they should be relabeled to Peruana species Tenna Ecuador. Yep, no worries. I'm huge with the Latin stuff, so I try to make sure. Right here we do have some more millipedes. These ones have already been sold though. These are Adendobolus ocracius Panama City, Panama. In fact, I can remember that mouthful is enlightening. This is pretty much the common setup for millipedes. I don't do anything crazy. I just add their detritus on top. And then we got another colony. Pretty much everything on this rack I'm keeping for the most part. We have Blabberus species Honduras, which are practically giganteous size, you guys. If you guys can't find pure giganteous, just get these. They're the same thing, much easier. They breed like nuts. I'm sure Bahidger could speak for that as well. Photosynthetic vibes. Oh, what's up? I haven't seen you in a hot minute, Mason. Another Mason has joined chat, guys. Got two Masons up in here. Yeah, we're running out of water. No! Oh, we can get a bit more out of it. Alright, well, we'll have to fill that up. Let me get these thrown here. I just throw in a handful. Masons unite, yes. I think there's like a good handful of Masons that are bug keepers, so that's interesting. And then I just take this and plop it in there. And then plop in another half, because these things eat so much. But yeah, they're almost the same size as Giganteus, at least the females are. The males are a bit smaller, but very fun to keep. Okay. Well, I go fill up this water reservoir for my mister. I'm gonna leave everybody right. Oh gosh, here we go again. We're gonna leave everyone right here with the lubbers, so you guys have something interesting to look at besides my carpet. Here, you know what? I don't even think I need the tripod for this. We can just. Oh, come on. Technical difficulties. Are those apples? Yes. I feed apples and dog food. Period. That's it. Nothing special. You can use fish flakes too. I would use those more. I just don't have them on me, like currently. Okay, can we get this to work? Yeah, just for the time being, I want you guys. No, I have not shown the new Magnifica yet. I can get those out later. Just remind me. Okay, this is a pain in the butt. See if this egg crate will hold up. Come on. Okay, well, you guys get to watch this one. If it will focus. Oh. Yeah, oranges were good too, honestly. I have nothing against other food sources. It's just what's cheap and works for me. Okay, yeah, I give up. This is the best angle I'm gonna get, so I will be momentarily back in like 5 minutes after I fill this up. So, if you guys want to grab a snack or something to watch and snack on, I will be back in a minute. I have returned! One moment, everyone. Alrighty. Let's get back in the setup. Yeah, I need to really get a new tripod for this. I have one and it works, just not that well. So okay, there we go. And we're back. There. Okay, we got more water for the roaches, and we can finish up the last few bins before we look at some fun bugs. Because I would like to show off the levers better. Welcome anyone back who's returning from that mini break. I'm just gonna jump right back into it. Right here we have the new Uricotis from South America. This is the larger one. Oh, it looks like one of the adults died on me. I do wonder if I am keeping them too dry. Yeah, these guys are very pretty, but super speedy Uricotis. They're running like bullets in here. Come on. Come here. So, Kyle thinks these might be true Eurycotus lixa. It's hard to see with this lighting, but they're very bright red in person, I think. Same with the other Eurycotus from the Golfito one. I did have assassin bugs, but I had every species in the hobby. But I also just got rid of all those too, because those take a bunch of feeders, and I don't have that with expensive stuff. So yeah, they're very large for how fast they are. To be honest, there we go. Fresh mist. And we'll throw in some food for it in. Looks like I cut up just the perfect amount of apple. Right here we have another fan favorite of mine, Eurycotus decipiens, also known as the zebra roach. Very colorful, very vibrant. Let's see if I can show them better. They're also pretty quick. Eurycotus in general are very quick movers when they want to be. I have lots of them in here. But Hidgiger, do you have these yet? Do you like decipiens or not really your thing? Oh my god, they're everywhere. Yeah, that is the one annoying thing about Eurycotus. They love just walking right on out of their enclosure. Okay, I think we're good. Get down. You can use a barrier on them, but it's not very effective as well. And I also break up food pieces because the nymphs will fight each other and force each other not to eat food. Starve each other, basically. So try to do that, and then it gives them more options where they can feast. That's interesting. What state do you live in, Mitchell? If you're in Florida, that would make sense for Floridana. Right here we have Rhabdobladini species Cotocinabaloo, which I just recently got a booster in from Kyle, which has helped my colony majorly. So trying out this new setup that's more humid on the lower layers, and then seems to be working, but time will tell. Man, if you live in Ohio and you're just finding random roaches in your house, it's probably not Eurycotus. It's probably Parcolata. Yeah, that is fair. They do look pretty similar to Dorialea, so that's fair. I like them both, honestly. I love all roaches. Oh, did one get out over here? I swear I just saw a baby. I was right. Oh, that's actually a Eurycotus from the last bin. Let me toss that back in. Oh, okay, I see. I see now. Yep, that would make sense. Speaking of more Eurycotus, we got more right here. I think this is like the Eurycotus plunge. This is my Floridana colony, doing amazing. Very underrated roaches. I don't understand it. They're very pretty. Yeah, those are the X-Lixa probably. They aren't Lixa anymore. Kyle thinks they're a different species, and I agree. It just doesn't key out properly. Get back in there. They're also pretty large. I used to have 3 localities of them, but of course, I downsized that. But very fun roach. I love my Uricotis. I don't think I'll get rid of any of them. If I do, the Venezuelan ones are very nice, but they're very tiny. So, speaking of the Lixa ones, I have those right here, but they haven't bred for me much. I think I literally hatched 1 ooth, and I think like 2 babies survived. And even here, I'm finding more dead adults, so I think it might just be the Ford flies taking these guys out. There we go, that's focused again. Yeah, I love these, but I don't know, they're being a pain in the butt. So I'd like to get them to breed, but they're not doing much. Yeah, these are huge too. I think this is the largest Uricotis in the hobby. He's actually trying to eat my finger. They like protein. Lots of it. Alright, we have made it to the last bin for husbandry. But don't worry, the stream isn't over. We're going to check out a few other bins before we head off for today. Right here we have Uricotis CF Biolii from Monteverde. A relatively new one into the hobby, and these ones are the ones that I think are very bright red. It's really hard to see up on camera, though. I really love these. I just sent some to the Hiddiger. Hope they do well for you. Can actually see a female trying to bury a nooth in the ground over here. She moved, though. These like get pretty humid for the most part. Hate trying to get old food out. I give up. Put that in there. And then save these other 2. Yeah, so let me show you right now, Hiddiger, what I mean. So when I flip this, you can see some, they have that reddish and orange pronotum, but then you have some that are kind of jet black, and then some, it's hard to see on here where they're reddish. So I think they're mostly variable. I haven't seen the other Uricotis pop out of here, so I think it's just a variable trait in them. So yeah, you can see some where it's orange head, and then as they age up, you know, there's some ridges that are black and red. I don't know, it's weird. The other Uricotis, the newer one that's larger, seems to be more consistent, and I don't see the red pronotum markings at all. So I don't know. It's very interesting that some of the nymphs have those bright pronotums. Put these back. There. So we got all of those. And really quick, while we're over here, we'll check out the pseudoglomerus I just got in from Ben. That I'm hoping to do really well. Here's their setup. You can see one hanging out up here. So it's like an inch or so of substrate just to hold some humidity. I have a auto mister connected to it to water throughout the day just for a few seconds. What else? And then I have some licheny covered sticks and whatnot in here for them. I can see if I can try to find some. They don't really bunch up a whole lot until you have larger colonies, but there are 2 right here. It's really hard to get their colors to show here, but you can see that shimmer. So yeah, it's gonna take some time. I do think I found one nymph dead already. I'm not too worried because that was the same nymph that looked like he had a shedding problem or molting problem, whatever you want to call it. So all the other nymphs, they're pretty active. This one I'm also concerned about, but my humidity seems right. It looks like it was more of a Ben thing than me. Here's another one crawling on the branch. King Campy, what were you saying? Yes, it is. I'm curious. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, besides that, it's oh, right above you said yes, it is. So I was just curious. Maybe it was a brain fart moment. Now it's pretty much just a waiting game. I don't want to bother them too much. This is the first time I've checked on them in a few days. How do I get this to sit back up? Or we'll just put it right there for now. Oh yeah, yeah, it's very hard. You've gotten some pretty good photos, but as babies, they're really small and fragile. So, actually, I guess fragile isn't the right word, but you know. Anyways, let's put these guys back. Well, I guess I can show my Asbulis too while we're at it. I got to go. Oh yeah, I'll see you, Mason. Hope you had a splendid time popping in for a minute. Hope all is well with your critters and whatnot. We'll have to catch up. I guess the Asbulis are connected to their heat pad, so that's kind of difficult. We'll do some lubber fun. How about that, everyone? Who's down for some lubbers? Just put this back. There we go. All right. Close up shop over here. Here are the lubbers, everyone. For anyone who's curious about what I was talking about, the Romalea microptera from North Apopka, Florida. The nymphs aren't that pretty. They're still pretty, don't get me wrong. But the adults are gonna look much, much cooler and much larger. Oh, excuse me. And they've been eating all sorts of stuff every day. I had some apple in there. Right now they're feeding on some leftover romaine lettuce I have to change out. They also like dog food too, so I have a little dish of that in there. But yeah. They're very fun to keep. So yeah. Well, with that, I think that's gonna be it for today's stream, everyone. I don't got much else to do. I was just catching up on that husbandry and whatnot. But what was I gonna say? I do have some new stuff coming in the next week or so, so maybe I'll do a little stream for that for the folks who want to see it. But yeah, it looks like we also fixed the streaming issue, which was a pain in the butt. So yeah. I find mine molds after a day. I use a more expensive brand. Apparently the cheaper stuff is better. I just use what we get for our dogs. This is Blue Buffalo, I believe is the brand. So it's pretty high in protein. It doesn't mold that well. Like after I would say about a week it starts molding. It lasts a lot longer than cheaper dog food though for me. And then dog food or apples, I just use an organic brand, and apparently organic is actually more potent with chemicals, but I haven't found that to be the case. So, I think it just depends on the brands and whatnot. You got to do some of your own testing. I found what works for me, and I try to share it to others, and etc. But yeah, with that, I'll see you all in the next stream and whatnot. Thank you all for stopping by to see some of my bugs. And yeah, I'm gonna be busy the next few weeks getting shipments out and working on downsizing. So this is what the collection looks like currently. It's got these two racks and a few more back in the bug closet. So yeah. Yeah, take care everyone. I'll see you all. But yeah, I'll see you around. Goodbye everyone.